Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third party review. In today's video we're taking a look at the Cang toys CT-02 Landbull, their second installment, aged at ages 14 plus. This is of course based on the Transformers Tantrum character, part of the Predacons, to form the mighty Predaking. I love that foil finish that we've got around the box, much like we did with their first offering. Spinning that around, we've got Tantrum on the back there in his bull mode as well. Really solid packaging, pretty much what we have come to expect from this brand thus far. Let's crack it open. And here we have him out of his foam prison, and doesn't he look delightful? Gorgeous, vibrant colours on this guy. I liked the first figure, and I think this one's better. I like how this one looks. Again, he's got that really solid, consistent feel to him. As standard out of the box, you have to attach the horns yourself. I think I've got those right. But these are kind of what I was hoping to get when we got the original MMC Predaking. I was hoping they were kind of like this, and they had that really nice kind of vibrant, stylized look to them, but they were just a little underwhelming. They were a bit smaller than what I thought they were going to be. This is more the size and kind of level of detailing that I was expecting from my masterpiece Predacons. Considering this is the first group that are kind of doing the MP sized Predacons, I think these are going to be really tough to beat. They don't necessarily have the perfect masterpiece aesthetic, but my goodness me, they definitely have the masterpiece build, quality, paint applications, and that stylized look is magnifique. Getting up close and personal, really nice head sculpt on Tantrum. Again, it's not perfect. It almost resembles Hot Rod a little bit there, but really gorgeous colours on this piece. Do love how this looks. We've got Tampo printing on here again, but I am okay with that. Not necessarily sure what it all says, but he looks sensational. I love the bull head as well. You can kind of have that however you pose it. I've actually seen this been right the way back here as well, so you don't even have to have it showing. It's just kind of my G1 inspiration there, having that posed like so. Let's just close off that sword. The red is such a gorgeous deep red. Here I have him alongside his partner in crime, the first figure from the wave. Got that one early. This one I was meant to get early as well, but the way the shipping was, everything just kind of got held up, and I ended up getting him after everybody else. But I'm sure there are some people out there who would still like to hear my opinions on him, isn't there? Somebody? And if there are any of you out there that are still curious as to whether this is going to scale nicely with your Season 3 bots, yes, I believe it will. And build quality as well, it's not far off the Fans Toys build quality. It's on par, but obviously the design is vastly different. We've got a more stylized look with Cang toys, but yeah, build quality wise, they're exceptional. Really impressed with their current lineup. Obviously they also did the large Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Megatron that I reviewed a while back. They were behind that, and their company is also behind the likes of the TFC Rolling Thunder figure as well, so you know what you're going to get with these. They've been doing this a very long time. Let's take a look at the articulation. Now the head is on a pivoting hinge, so you can look up and down. It kind of sits up as high as you need it to. There is a tab on that neck, so it pushes and locates, but we've got lovely rotation there. There's actually a light piped section at the back there, so we could get some light piping in through that visor as well. Shoulders, we have these movable shoulder tabs, which can hinge up or hinge down. We've got rotation around there and a lovely joint there, another one there, but unfortunately there is no butterfly joint. Got a lovely bend on that arm, a rotation and pivot on the wrist with highly articulated fingers. We do get a waist rotation as well, has an abdominal crunch. Really welcome on figures. That's something I really wish Fans Toys would do. Second to none on the build quality, but yet about third or fourth place in the articulation. That's just a shame because, well, we all know Fans Toys are good at what they do, don't we? Rotation on the waist there, we've got really gorgeous ratchets on those thighs. Love those. Out to the side, really super strong ratchets, almost too strong. Upper thigh rotation, and we've got two joints on the knees. We've got the single one there, and then if we push from behind, we can bend this joint so it goes into a really nice clean groove. Just when you bend it back, make sure you push the upper thigh as well so you can get the knee into the correct formation. And then with the toes, these go up and down. We've got heel spur movement up and down as well, and then we've got a pivot side to side, hindered slightly by this side panel, but again, that can be moved. This guy is jam-packed with articulation. Absolutely loving the Season 3 bots at the moment. I don't know, I've just got a huge soft spot for Season 3. I know people have actually not even watched Season 3. They refused to watch it. They just, it wasn't really for them, but oh, absolutely adore it, especially Call of the Primitives. Anyway, this does, of course, transform. We want to start off by opening up these pieces here and this piece here. They're just going to untab and fold forwards like so. Going to come up, and these will come down. This will come up, and this will come down. Come around to the back piece here. This panel here is just tabbed in up here. This is going to come down and slide down like so. That just comes down. You can see all of the hinge section here for the bull head. These panels untab from the chest and untab from that chest. Just give that a little tug there. That just comes out nicely. These also untab and untab. Coming around to the back, these are going to come out and flip. Again on this side, just bring that out and flip, and grabbing the waist section, this is just going to slide like so. We have this piece underneath the tail, that's going to come up, and that's going to lock this waist rotation piece in. That just basically keeps this from rotating. Holding on to this shoulder pad section, you're going to want to rotate the arm joint 90 degrees so it now hangs much lower. Bring the arms down, make sure this is rotated around so it's facing the front. This piece here is going to collapse, but as we do so, that's just going to slide to the back of the arm like so. You can then slide this joint up, and that's going to push all the way up and tab in to the top of that shoulder guard like so. This part of the arm is going to rotate around like so. This is going to come down like this, and this piece here comes up, and that's just going to push in and cover off the legs. Coming down to the legs, I may or may not have had these on the wrong sections. They're basically big knee pads to cover off the knees. The idea is to slide them down on that rocking hinge and bring those down like so. That's how I had them. That's my bad, nobody else's. This here comes down as well and comes down inside the legs. Just flip up like so. So now I've got kind of clear access to everything that's going on the inside here. This panel here is going to open up. This comes up. Oh, it's a squeaky joint, isn't it? But it does, of course, rotate. That then comes back down. This extends like so. This comes back up and forms the thigh piece. We have an unclipping tab just on the knee here. This is going to come out. Gives us all of this room here. We've got all of this section here, which can now come out and down. This hinge is on a nice big ball socket, so it's going to rotate like so. and he says should line up like that. There's a hidden little tab behind here. I mean, that is a bit of a mission to get. It's really kind of stuck in there good as well. I kind of damaged the paint on mine trying to get it out of this leg. But there's one there. You want to make sure that these I've kind of rotated up around the top. There's a pivoting hinge just on the top here. Make sure that this is facing down and that the leg is facing upwards. You can then bring the tail all the way down. And just moving these arms out of the way, this section here is going to come up and over on that double hinge, so that when they're folded over, these legs are flat in there. You can see there's a gap where the tail is going to come in. You want to line that up on both sides, and then we are going to push and lock these together. We can then bring these legs back in, and they're just going to hook on the inside like so. Starting to come together now, isn't it? Just move these pieces out of the way, and up the top where the shoulder section is, this actually untabs from this back panel, and give that a little wiggle. Come on, off we come. There we go, and that's actually going to slide down, which allows these here to go into these new lower tabs. So let's just slide and compress that, and just push those in. And again on this side, just slide, compress, and push and secure those in. You want to just rotate the head around. This piece comes undone from the chest. This is going to come in, and this is just going to collapse slightly. It's going to push that down like so. So it just kind of tucks away, compressing, and then this is going to come back up. These pieces here are going to slide and tab in on the back. Pull these leg panels up, so you've got these hooks at the top here. This is then going to come up to the top like so, and down. Now if you look on the underside of these ball joints, there's a couple of tabs there. They're going to tab in on there like so. They should line up, he says. There we go, that lines up. And then these come down, and as we pull these over, make sure that it comes down nice and low, and these are going to line up with these tabs here, and this is going to come in, and that's going to tab in there and there. Push this down so that's nice and low, and then we can bring the ball head in and just adjust all of these, make sure everything's tabbed in fully as it should be. And there we have him, fully transformed up into his ball mode. I'm going to be honest, it's the first time I've had one of these figures that I've really wanted to keep in their beast mode. I think that's an incredibly good ball mode. I love how everything kind of folds out and makes it look a lot more curved, I guess. It's not just bending him over and sticking some horns at the other end. It's a lot of curves in there. The legs kind of fold out from within one another, and I like how it looks. The ugliest end, I think, is probably the rear end there, where those legs kind of sit. Could have done with a flap down panel or something on those. It may just be something I haven't done. Maybe there is a panel that should go over the back there that I've missed. I'm not entirely sure. I think I've done that correctly. It's only the second time I've transformed it. But the sculpt itself is sensational. I adore that head sculpt, and the stature on this guy is superb. I mean, it was this point in the G1 continuity when they kind of threw scale out of the window, didn't they? But I mean, look at that. That's MP10. This is fabulous. Adore that beast mode. The head sculpt is exceptional. Got a bit of range on there. I can go up down, left and right. We can tilt side to side. We do have jaw that can open. I love that big nose ring as well that can be moved. We do have forwards and backwards motion on there. Not a great deal of rotation outwards there due to this section here being tabbed in. Same with the hind legs as well. We do get some kind of pivoting there, and we get these bends at the lower knee and on the feet, etc. But the kind of wider stance is limited by these sections all plugging in. But my goodness me, I absolutely adore that alt mode. How to get him transformed up into his leg mode. It's fairly simple. You want to bend these legs up and place this part here in this buckle piece. The head is going to push down. This section here should open, he says. Let's just open that up from either side and bring this piece down. This is all going to rotate. This goes up like that, and then that's going to come up, pull the legs out, rotate them around like so, and with this piece here rotated, this is going to come up on this hinge, and that's going to sit and tab in. The feet can then come up to the top here like so, and this can then come down. We're then going to come around to the top of the head. This is going to come up, this is going to come up, this is going to extend, and this will lift, fold in on over itself, and that's going to push through like so. That's then going to rotate around, and you want this joint here just up at this crazy little angle here, so that these pieces here can push and tab in on both sides. Like so, pushing and securing that in. This is going to go in, this will go in over here, and rotate the head section down and around, and then the tail is going to curl back on itself and tab inwards. Now one would assume by the size of this that it's just going to be the shin section. We're going to have the rest of the leg up here coming down. This is going to be where the knee joint is going to clip in either side here, much like we get with the Zeta figures, and then the foot is going to go underneath. But I mean, that is a fairly substantial calf muscle nonetheless, isn't it? Really looking forward to getting their dive bomb. These are very impressive figures. If you haven't already dipped into these, I highly recommend it. Very robust, very much worth every single penny that they cost. Genuinely very impressed by these. I'll include a link in the description below where this can be purchased. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Is this the Predaking for you, or are you waiting for an alternative company to release their take on the character? Until next time, from myself and the rest of the Collectables household, thanks for watching. Goodbye.